First memory. I read Body of Evidence. I didn't think that the script was so great, but then, and I kind of ignored it, but then when Uli was going to do it and Willem was going to do it, then I became interested because I thought they would make it something different.
The first time we see you in the movie Body of Evidence, you are crying. Is it difficult for you to cry, and how do you do?
Well, the saddest things that could ever happen to me, and then it just happens. But it's hard if you've been doing it all day and you get to like 5 o'clock and you've done 1,000,000 takes, and now the saddest things you could think of aren't sad to you anymore, so that's when it gets hard.
How did you prepare yourself for this part?
Let's see. Well, I went to court with Willem Dafoe and just watched murder trials and watched people that were convicted for murder, how they behaved, men and women, their facial expressions, their eyes, how they dressed, and mostly that. I watched a lot of movies from the 40s also that I thought had a sort of similar feeling to it, the sort of film noir, courtroom dramas, those kind of movies, a lot of Hitchcock movies. This one movie in particular, but now I can't even remember the name of it, but Gregory Peck was in it. And it was a Hitchcock film, and there was an Italian actress, Louis Jordan was in it, and he was very, very young. Do you know the film I'm talking about?
Had you no fear at the thought of spending your life with a blind man?
I thought it a splendid opportunity.
Opportunity?
Yes, I thought I will be his eyes.
Well, did you find it difficult to care for a blind man? To take care of him?
No.
He was never unkind to you?
Sometimes. But I understood. It was terrible for him being like that. It was easy to forgive him.
That's the one I watched the most because I loved the way she portrayed, you could never read her eyes in the courtroom. You could never tell. Every day people would give their testimonies. Some people said things that would make you think she was guilty. Some people said things that would make you think that she wasn't guilty, but whenever you looked into her eyes, you could never tell.
What did you learn from this shooting?
What did I learn? Well, I learned how difficult it is to do love scenes. I mean, really difficult.
What is, in particular, way difficult?
Just being in a room full of people that you don't know, technicians and, you know, assistant directors and all these people with walkie-talkies on, and you have to pretend to be in a very intimate situation, and there's lights everywhere, and you have to make sure your head lands in a certain position for the camera and the light, and it's very mechanical and scientific, and it's hard to think that way and also be very free, you know what I mean? So it was really hard.
One of the themes of the movie is S&M relationships. Do you think acting can be sometimes a kind of masochistic pleasure?
Absolutely. Acting, making movies is completely masochistic.
Why?
Well, because it's really hard work. You have to get up really early in the morning. You're on the set all day. Everybody's always in a bad mood. You're tired. You have to do take after take